Hello friends, Kao here, and it has been a busy summer this year. We've had friends and family visiting and have gone to lots of different events and conventions over the summer, but today I wanted to talk about something really cool that we got to do, which was attend the Pokemon World Championships in Anaheim this year. So I'll spend the first part of the video talking a little bit about what it was like to attend the event as a spectator, and then the last part will be the haul of everything that I got between the Pokemon Center, on-site vendors, and all that good stuff. So let's jump into it. So what is it like to attend Pokemon World Championships as a first-timer? So this was my first Worlds event. I've previously been to a couple of the regional championships, which I have separate videos about on my channel if you want to check those out. But for this, I kind of had a general idea of what to expect from going to those, but at a much larger scale, and that definitely held true. It's much more grand for sure. So I went as a spectator and went for 2 days. I had a 3-day badge, but wanted to be able to spend time with my partner and friends, and it was kind of a bit of chaos, to be honest, trying to coordinate and get everybody's badges because of the lottery system. I will say, Pokemon, if you are listening, please just let us have one more adult badge when we're checking out for a badge. Please. Would have made things so much easier. But that all said, I do feel like I got to check out a good amount of things in that time, and I'm glad I at least got to do 2 days. I know some folks only got to do one, or unfortunately couldn't even make it. So it was definitely, I was very grateful that I was able to make it for 2 days, and then hang out with friends the rest of the time when I was in town. So this year's event was held at the Anaheim Convention Center, which I'm pretty familiar with from events like BlizzCon and WonderCon. But going into it, there's kind of like different sections. So you had the arena, which was only open on Sunday, and that was where the championship Sunday was played. And that was kind of like first come, first serve, like whoever got in early enough got to basically be there the whole day. I think they're changing that for next year, so I didn't get to attend into the arena at all, but the rest of the space was pretty cool. They had lots of photo ops. There's a giant Pikachu out in the front, like, area as you're walking in. Long line. It's like Disneyland lines trying to get a picture with Pikachu, which was kind of funny. Once you get into the convention center, there's a space for the stage area, which is where you can watch the featured matches. You can, that's where opening ceremonies were held. Closing ceremonies were in the arena, since that's where, like, Championship Sunday was. There are obviously all the tables where competitors are playing, and then there are side event tables as well. Now, I didn't get to do any side events. I kind of wanted to, but they filled up so fast. It was like you had to be on the ball, and I was not ready to, like, commit early enough to a side event. So tip, if you're going in the future, definitely try to get in early for any side events that you, like, really want to do. There are also plenty of on-site vendors. I would say maybe like 10 vendors from, like, various, like, card stores and things. They also had a Bandai booth. They had, like, a Pokemon, like, TCG Pocket booth, a Legends ZA booth, where I actually got to play the demo for Legends ZA, which I'm really excited about. There are also lots of spaces for on-site activities. So there are things like panels, meet and greets, just areas where you can take cool photos. So they have, like, different banners spread around where you could take, like, as a backdrop. Or they have, like, they had a Pokemon concierge photo op with the Psyduck, which was super cute, and I loved that. Lots of photo ops for sure, and, like, just Pokemon spread out. There's, like, banners with Pokemon, statues, all kinds of cool stuff. There's also spaces for things like pin trading, if you're into pin trading. I always get a little, like, scared. I don't want to give away, like, trade my own pins. I'm so, like, but I got this because I wanted it. So I'm always a little nervous about pin trades. But they also had, like, areas for the pin rally, which I'm sad I missed out. They were already sold out by the time I learned about it. Or not sold out, but They had given away all the pins already. They were gone. But they had a pin rally. Definitely check that out next time if that's something if you're interested in, if you like pins like I do. They also had spaces for like art classes that you could take, model kit workshops, which was cool. Character meet and greets with like Gengar, Pikachu. Of course, a lot of these things do have long lines, so similar to like if you're going to a theme park or even another big convention, just keep that in mind, is that, you know, allot your time as you want. Make sure you have enough time to do the things you want, because you will probably be in a long line. There's a lot of people here who all really love Pokemon, which is what makes it so cool. But one of my favorite things was actually the spaces they had for the museums. So they had a past World Championships museum area, like you could walk through. So they had all of the World Championships, or champions, with their teams, what Pokemon they used, what deck they used. That was really cool to see, as well as what, like, kind of the exclusive, like, the Pikachu plushies they had for those years, the deck boxes, and some of, like, the other, like, merchandise, exclusive merchandise they had for each of the past years, which is really cool, but then it made me sad, because I wanted a specific Piplup that I don't think I couldn't find for any reasonable amount of money. But probably my favorite museum was the black and white, what is it, Black Bolt and White Flare set had recently come out, and they had like a card art museum, which was super cool. I'm an artist, if you don't know, and so I really loved getting to see such large versions of these different cards. I actually wish they had more of this. I wish it was a bigger museum. I can't, maybe they had like, it might have been like 8 or 10 different cards. But they had a really cool setup where you could see like the physical card itself, and then kind of the much larger view of the artwork. And that was so cool because there's definitely pieces that, like, features that you don't catch in such a small format. There was one that I didn't even notice the brush strokes so prominent on the tiny artwork, but seeing it so large, it was just like a really cool experience, and I'm really glad that they have something like that. I would love to see them expand that and have even more focus on the card art, and it was just so cool. It was probably one of my favorite parts. And speaking of artists, they did have several artists on site where you could go in and get like a poster signed by them. They had panels where they talked about, like, you know, their own inspiration and process and things. Unfortunately, I didn't get the chance to do any of those. Just timing never quite worked out. I think a lot of the ones I wanted to do were Friday, and it just was like too chaotic. But that's definitely something that I would love to try next time I attend one of the World's events, and to really like get into more of the panels for these artists, because I love to hear about the process and, you know, what inspires them to make these different pieces. And of course there's the Pokemon Center. So this is a bit separated from the rest of the event. You kind of have to like go outside into a different area is how it was set up for this one. And part of that was actually because you didn't have to have an event badge to make a Pokemon Center reservation, which I have heard they have changed that already, or they're changing that for next year. Now, the Pokemon Center itself was pretty large. Everything was pretty spaced out. I will say a lot of stuff was already sold out, like, on Thursday, which was a little bit stressful. I didn't really love that, but I did have my slot on Sunday and still managed to get some really cool stuff, which I am excited to share with y'all. So let's go ahead and get over into the hall. Alright, first up here, I wanted to share what the badge looked like for anyone who didn't get to attend. I've gone ahead and covered up my personal information up at the top, but this is what the spectator badge looks like. So it's got the cute little Pikachu design with the varsity jacket, of course the little Worlds 2025 logo in the corner, and then which, like how many days your pass was for. So it's very cute. One cool thing about these badges is that they were actually printed on site. So usually, you know, these are printed ahead of time. It was kind of cool to just have it printed on site. The only thing is it kind of has like a sticky texture from it, which is a little bit odd, but it's not too bad. And it's nice that they only print on demand instead of, you know, if people don't show up or anything like that. Though who's not showing up to Pokemon Worlds, I don't know. It also came with a lanyard here, which mine has some pins on it. It has the same design that you see on a lot of the like brand assets that they did for this year, which is really cool. On the other side, we've got the Pikachu and these neat, some of these were pin designs. I think they're supposed to be like, road sign or just maybe like neon signs for each of these different designs, which were really cool. They did have some pins though, which sadly I did not get any. And then there was a lot of pin trading, so I did pick up a few pins to add to mine. I've got the Corviknight line, as well as the Palisand Sandy Gas line. And then I also had another item on here, a Yamper thing, so folks would know, like, hey, I'm the Yamper person, although I had Yampers all over me, so it probably was pretty obvious. Next up, we have a couple of freebies here, including some official ones and some fan ones. So starting over here, this is from Pokemon Sleep, a cute little like door hang tag. So if we zoom in a little bit here, we're maxing out our drowsy power. Very cute. Do not disturb. And then on the other side, we have out gathering berries, also cute. And then they've got some little QR codes for the game. I haven't played Pokemon Sleep in a while, but I think this is pretty cute and very clever for, I mean, do not disturb sign. And also from Pokemon Sleep, we have these little atop belly sleep stickers with Jigglypuff and Pikachu on top of Snorlax. So also very cute. I always love the little sleeping Pokemon designs. Then we have this little Anaheim pennant, if I can get it off of the other thing. This Anaheim pennant for with the Pikachu with the varsity jacket again, and the World's Championship 2025 logo in the corner. It also has the cute little exclusive tag on it, which I love this key art. It's so good. Adorable. I got this from the Pokemon Center as I was like leaving the Pokemon Center. I'm not sure if it was different days. My slot was on Sunday, but very cool pickup there, and I'll definitely put this on my wall. And then on the fan side, so we have this super adorable Pokemon Worlds 2025 sticker from Prince of Spirits, featuring all the little ghosty pals. I love this design. I think this is super cool. I will put a link to this artist in the description, so definitely check them out, especially if you like ghost Pokemon. I've gotten several pieces from them, stickers, keychains. They also have like ghost Pokemon like ornaments for like a holiday tree. So definitely check them out. I think this sticker is super cool. I wound up getting this after the fact. They had a few extras because I could not find them. I didn't have time during the event to find them. But super glad I was able to get it because this is probably like one of my favorite sticker designs. It's so good. Definitely check out Prince of Spirits. And lastly, we got a trainer card from Pumpka Amy. This design is super cute. Ran into her during the vendors area, and she's so sweet and I love her videos. Definitely check her out too. She has a lot of great tips if you're getting into Pokemon TCG. I actually watched her videos for like tips on what to bring to your first regionals and you know, just getting into the community. So check her out. I'll link her in the description as well. While attending, we also got the chance to check out a demo for the Pokemon Legends ZA, which was really fun to play. It was really cool, and I'm looking forward to playing the actual game here soon. But as part of that, they gave out these posters after you finish the demo. So one side has the Mega Evolutions here. Both Charizards. Kangaskhan, Sableye, who is probably my favorite. And then on the other side is kind of like the key art from the game, so you get a little bit of a ZA poster on the other side, or if you just want to show off the Mega Evolutions. And that also came with this drawstring bag, which has the same key art here on the front. Definitely convenient for if you are loading up on things in the vendor hall, which was right next door. We also stopped by the Bandai Namco booth where they had some of their model kits that you could pick up. It's cool to see these becoming more readily available now. I've started seeing them in our local game stores as well, but definitely had to pick up a few that I hadn't seen. So first we have Mimikyu here. Super cute. I actually don't have a lot of Mimikyu stuff, which seems funny because I love Mimikyu so much. So definitely excited to build this one. If you haven't done these before, they are a lot of fun. This is one of the quick ones, so it's really nice and simple. It's kind of just like a chill activity, throw on some music or a video or something. And they're really easy to put together. You can do all this by hand. You don't need like a special tool or anything. So we've got Mimikyu here. And then I also picked up this evolution set. So I do have a Piplup one already, but he's kind of bigger just like by himself. So I thought this was a cool thing I hadn't seen before with the whole evolution line. So I'm excited to build out the whole line for Piplup, Prinplup, and Empoleon. This one I might be a little bit more complicated, but you still don't need any glue or tools, anything like that. So excited to build these out and have them up on my display shelves. Next up, we have some goodies from the various vendors that were on site. So this was something I was curious about, if there would be any vendors at a big event like Worlds. There are vendors at regionals that I've been to, but wasn't sure how it was going to work with the Pokemon Center, if they would consider it to be competing or something, but happily, there were lots of vendors. Well, not a ton, a good amount. I would say maybe like 10 or so. I didn't pick up too many things for myself. I actually picked up more gifts for other people. So I won't show those here, but this is what I did get. I got a few cute little plushies here. So I actually love Pyukumuku, and this is such a good Pyukumuku plush. He's a little guy, very soft, very squishy. The texture on this one is just so good, and he's got the best tag. Like, this is just so good. The Japanese tags are always a lot of fun. I wish they would bring these on to the US releases when they do crossovers, or not crossovers, but they bring the same plushies over. But yeah, this one was very cute. Little Pokemon Center guy. So love Pyukumuku, and it's so squishy. I wanna squish him. So got a little Pyukumuku for me. Also picked up this adorable little Greavard, like little cushion keychain here. So he's got the, oh, that's the tag. He got the keychain. It's gonna hang him on a bag or something. Very cute. This is also a little soft one, and I don't see a lot of Greavard merch yet, so usually when I see it, I'm like, oh, I gotta get my boy. He's so cute. And then, of course, I had to add another Yamper to the collection. I did not have this one yet. This is from the My Little Bestie line. I recently had a short where I talked about this, a reel, whatever you want to call them, where I talked about adding this one to my collection for my Yampers. But this is a very cute one. It's got the little safety pin on the back. So I actually have this on one of my bags that I use, along with some like various enamel pins and whatnot. So very cute. You know, I had to get a Yamper here. So and then of course I had to pick up a few cards from the vendors. So we have Sabrina's Haunter, first edition, which I didn't have this one yet, so he's going to be added to the Ghosty binder. And I really like the weird, I don't know if you can see it very well, like there's a, I don't want to say double negative, I don't know if that's the right term, but there's like another haunter like just kind of creeping here, and he's got like the hands, maybe it's supposed to be showing movement, I don't know, but it's, I find it really interesting. I like it. And we got a Sunflora for my Yukimori collection. If you don't know, I collect Yukimori cards. And this one is so cute. Then we got a cool Porygon. This is one of the Black Star promos that I love. It's just such a cool card. He is very cool. You cannot deny how cool this Porygon specifically is. Then we got this adorable Fletchinder. I love the Talonflame line. I think it's super cute. And I'm excited to add this one to my collection. I like that he's hanging out by the fire too. It's just adorable. And we finally picked up our Dusk Noir. This is by James Turner, so I have the other two from this evolution line. They all fit nicely together, so I'm excited to finish the evolution line, and excited to have another James Turner piece. And then we've also got the Dunsparce, which you might be wondering, why is this random card here? But this is actually part of a larger illustration. I'll try to put an image up on the video here so you can see what it all looks like together. But I have been struggling to find this guy. I think he was in a few decks, so maybe a little harder to find, but finally added that one. I think I still need a few more to complete that full, like, illustration, though. And then, last, but certainly not least, is the glorious Darkspun EX special illustration rare. I love this card. I might have to pick up a second one just to have one in my food binder and one with my dog Pokemon, because this card is just so good. Like, is he on the table? Is he trying to eat the pie? Is he somebody trying to eat him? That's a little questionable, but you know. I think this card is super cool. I love all the different food elements in it, and it really goes well with, well, the bread dog. So excited to add this one to my collection. So those were my pickups from the vendors, alongside some various gifts for other folks. And just so y'all know kind of what to expect from the vendors, they have a lot of cards, a lot of singles you can pick up. They do have a lot of the, they did have a lot of the Sitting Cuties, the Pokemon Fit lines, and they have a lot of imported stuff from Japan. So while the Pokemon Center on site was covering all of the, more US-based release, and obviously of the event exclusive merchandise, then the vendors had a lot more of, singles, as well as some sealed product, and, yeah, some previous events exclusive items as well. But it was kind of a good mix. I would love to see, I know it's kind of a, fan art is illegal, so that's kind of a gray area of including them, but I would love to see an artist alley at a future event. I think that would be really cool because, Pokemon fans are just so passionate, and you can really see that in a lot of the wonderful artists in this community. And lastly, we have the Pokemon Center. This is not everything, it just does not all fit into the frame. So Pokemon Center was separate from the event ticket, so you didn't actually need a spectator ticket to get into the Pokemon Center. You just had to have a Pokemon Center reservation, which was a whole thing, I will say that. I think they have already said that that's not going to be the case for next year. But my slot was on Sunday, so honestly, a lot of things were already sold out, but there were still a good amount of things of, the exclusive merch from this year still left, so of course, I had to pick up some things. So, yeah, I'll go ahead and start going through things. there's, like I said, there's too much to fit in the frame, so it'll take a couple of different shots, I guess. But starting off, we picked up this adorable event ornament. I love collecting, like, ornaments or pins and things from different events and travels and whatnot as just like an extra reminder. So this will be a fun thing to put up on like the Christmas tree, and like, you know, have some fond memories of the event. I think it's cool that they even did this. I wouldn't have guessed that there would be like a holiday ornament at, you know, the event that you could pick up, but I'm glad they did. I'm excited for this to be on our tree this year. And then I also got this event pin featuring the like biker Pikachu. I think this design is really cute. Well, okay, he's not cute, he's cool. I just call everything cute. I think this is really neat though. They had kind of a denim jacket, a black denim jacket that was really cool with this same design, and a whole bunch of merch as well. I do kind of regret not getting one of the shirts that had this. Honestly, the Pokemon Center was a little bit overwhelming, and trying to make sure, you know, you got everything you wanted, and sometimes there was things that were out of your size or just gone forever. But it was a little stressful, I must admit, but I'm glad I got the pin at least. You know, there are a couple other items that feature that same design, including the sticker sheet here. Oh, this is hard to fit all in the frame. So picked up this sticker sheet from like the event exclusive designs. So you've got like, of course, the logos, the Pikachu that we see on everything, not you, and we've got the Jigglypuff with the bow, the Fennekin, you know, all these cute ones, the key art down here, and then on this side, it was kind of fun how they split this up with these like cooler designs, the like biker Pikachu, the Arcanine. Yeah, I think it's really neat. I like that they had this kind of subset in addition to the main like key art and everything. Very cool. Then of course I picked up some sleeves, even though I don't even have a use for all these sleeves, but the designs are so good that, like, I don't know, I just had to get them. So we've got the event exclusive one with the Pikachu, which is just a cool one to pick up. Really like that. And then I have been meaning to get these from the Pokemon Center anyway. This cute little stinking like high tea scene. We've got the Alcremie, the Darkspun, the Fido, the Milcery, Sinistea, and Poltegeist, Sinistra, and oh gosh, what's the other one? Poltergeist? Oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the name. But anyway, it's really cute. I love this art. And yeah, maybe these sleeves would be good for my food binder actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, that might be a good use for them. But the art is also just super cute. Obviously had to pick this one up. And I think this is also was previously available on like the online Pokemon Center website. So not an event exclusive, but might as well get it while I was looking at it. And then we have some damage counter sets here. So we have this one, which features the little Pikachu on the front, Anaheim. Let's see if I can get it open with these nails. Oh, there we go. Okay. And it's just got these little orange dice for the damage counters, and then your standard, oh my gosh, burn and poison markers, which these are the same that you would get in any like ETB. So these aren't anything fancy. It's just like bigger numbers on these ones. But it is a cool little box you get. That's kind of more what I think you're getting with this one, is the actual box itself. And then on the back, you've got the Fennekin and the Jigglypuff. But this one, this is the fancy one. So we've got the key art on this. This is like a kind of a heftier box, obviously. Got the different, not you. Different designs on the side. The Jigglypuff on the back. And then if we open it up, this is the fancy one. So we've got Fennekin on the inside cover, and then we've got a Pikachu coin, which I don't know if you can see very well. It is sparkly in the palm tree background there. I don't think it's picking it up very well. But we've got the Pikachu coin, we've got these metal damage counters, and then these are the burn and poison markers. And they've got like this cool like translucent effect to them. So much fancier than the other set. Very cool. And then I also got 2 deck boxes. So this is a double deck box featuring the Arcanine art that we saw earlier. And then the one with the Squawkabilly on the back side. And another double deck box featuring the Pikachu against this kind of like nice blue background on one side. And then we've got like the Pikachu tail, lightning bolt kind of symbol. And I really like this feels like very baseball vibes on the back. I'm glad the stickers on the back are covering up my least favorite of the Pokemon featured. Apologies if you're a Toad Skull fan. You can keep him all to yourself. He creeps me out. But my favorite, honestly, from this is all Fennekin, which is why I had to get some Fennekin plushies. So first we have the event exclusive one, which has this adorable little jacket, I guess is what you would call this. This is super cute. I love Fennekin, and I'm glad it was included and gets this adorable little, I don't know, jacket. I think it's like modeled after the varsity jacket, but it's obviously a fox who can't really wear a varsity jacket, so I think that's just kind of, it's like a little capelet. Yeah, I don't know, I love it though. It's super cute. And I'm so glad this was still available when I got over there. And this also has the little key art tag with the exclusive. I'm not a big, so like it sounds like I love tags. I usually take them off unless it's just going to be sitting on the shelf and it doesn't bother me. Or if I cut them off, I keep like the cool ones. Like this one would probably just go into like maybe my travel journal or something. But yeah, I had to get the event exclusive Fennekin. And then I hadn't picked up the Sitting Cuties version yet, so I had to get this one as well. This one's got a little bit more of like floppier ears, and you can see it's a very simplified like eye design, which I think they're both cute. I do like them. This one can in fact sit on his own. Some of the Sitting Cuties, I don't think that's the best name for them because not all of them can actually sit. They are very cute though. But yeah, so starting off the plushies from the Pokemon Center, we've got our 2 Fennekins. Continuing with the plushies, we've got a couple new ghosties we've added to the collection. So I had to get this Drifloon. I don't know what. So I do have the Sitting Cuties Drifloon, but this one is just so funny. Like, he's got these, like, little, I don't know how well it could show. There we go. These little short arms, whatever you want to call these. Very, very small and funny, and then a big ol' head. So I really like this one. He called to me. So I had to pick him up from the Pokemon Center. He doesn't sit very well, as you can see. But it would be kind of cool to put like a hang tag maybe at the top or something and hang him up so he's like, looks like he's floating. I don't know if I'll actually ever commit to doing that because that involves work, but I already have enough things on my plate. But I think he's super cute, and I love how like gigantic and round the balloon part is. And then of course one of my favorite Pokemon, Chandelure. So I only have one Chandelure plushie, and he's quite a bit smaller than this one, so the tag's a little hot in there. But I really like this one. The colors are a very, like, soft, muted, almost. Very, maybe it's this material, because you can kind of see here, it's like you run your finger along it. I don't know what kind of material it is offhand, but I really like the way this one looks. He would also be cool if I could get him to, like, hang from something. And I do like he's got the little, like, secret flame almost in there. It didn't quite come up very high, but we still love him. So, and he goes with my nails, which I don't think I talked about on here. Let me zoom in a bit here. If you can see those very well. I got Chandelure nails for Pokemon Worlds. These were done by Nail Phases here in Austin, Texas. Which it's obviously quite a bit after Worlds, so they're pretty grown out at this point. But you can see just how long they've freaking lasted, which is great. Got a lot of compliments on these, and happy to add a Chandelure to go with them. And to wrap up the plushies I got for myself, again, I'm not showing anything that I got for gifts for folks, but I did pick up this adorable Piplup. I believe they're calling this it's like the Soda Pop line here in the US. I think it's Psycho Soda from the Japanese line. I have the Litwick already, so I love Piplup and how to get these because I love the colors on this line. They're super cute. It makes these plushies stand out a little bit more, especially if you have a lot of the same ones already. So always like that. I would love to see a Yamper one, I'm just saying. But I love Piplup too, so I was excited to add this to my collection. And it's super cute. He's a little firmer than some of the other plushies, not quite as snuggly, but definitely a good like display plushie. And then I had to pick up this little mailbag Pikachu. I believe this is the same design that you see like when your order ships from the Pokemon Center. I think he's like at the bottom of the email. But I love this. So if you don't know, I have a little Etsy shop where I ship out cute little stickers, including Pokemon designs. And so I love snail mail. I think it's really fun. And I already have a couple of like mail themed, like postal themed plushies and things. So I was excited to add this one. I think he's really cute, and he'd be a really cute passenger for like when I'm dropping stuff off at the post office. So very cute. Love the bag detail, the hat. He's kind of like got a little bit of stitching here so that you can't take his hand off the bag. But it's really cute. Same with the hat. I'm always curious, like, if accessories can come off of the plushie or if they're sewn in case I want to steal something for a Yamper. But I think this Pikachu is dedicated to the job of postal delivery. So really cute. Excited to add that to my collection. And with all that, let's go ahead and switch to the other views so I can show the last items, which are a little bit bigger, don't fit in this camera frame. Alright, now on to the larger items that I picked up. So first we have these milkshake glasses. So this is probably the coolest thing that I picked up, and I thought this was so fun. I love a good diner aesthetic, and these milkshake glasses are super cute. They've got Pikachu on one and Jigglypuff on the other. They go so well with this year's theme, and I just think they're really neat, and I gotta make some milkshakes now to use these. They're so cool. Next up, I have this towel I picked up that has the Pokemon World Championships 2025 logo, and then the rest of the design features Pikachu with the Anaheim sign. This is a really cool item as well, another exclusive for this year. And we could always use another like beach towel kind of situation, especially having a dog. Like, it just makes it a convenient, easy to use item, and we love to have something that can actually be used. And then next we have the backpack, the exclusive backpack for this year's Worlds. It's got the really cool, like, again, all of the designs from this year's key art across here. We've got the Meowth in the car, Anaheim here. It's got Pokemon 25 down here at the bottom. Of course, we don't care about this guy, he's not there. Just kidding. But I think the colors of this are really fun. It's also a nice, like, structured backpack, which I've been needing. I have a Pokemon bag, like, backpack that's I use for events usually, but it's not very comfortable to wear. And so I'm looking forward to this because it's got, like, a nice padded back, and the shoulder straps are a little nicer than my current one. I also love the design on the back here. So we've got like these fuzzy patches, which are really cute. And then this spot here, I'm like, can I put a little pin? It looks like little pinholes or something. I'm not 100% sure. It kind of, yeah, I think you can take this out actually. Ooh, yes, it's a little foam back. You can pull it out. So you can actually put pins in here and then they're protected because there's a little like plastic overlay over top of that. So I think that's a really nice touch. Overall, this is just seems like a really nice bag. And you've got like, oh, it's so hard to show this. We've got like little Pokeball zippers as well, which is really cool. And yeah, I just think it'll be really handy. Another practical item. That's when it came to like the bigger stuff, that's more of what I was focused on versus like giant plushies, which I do love, but having some practical stuff is always helpful. And I'll probably be using this on an upcoming trip as well. And then this is the last item from my little haul here. This is actually a cooler bag. So something great for like picnics. A little too hot here to use it yet, but looking forward to later in the year when I get a chance to. But it's really cute. It's got the checkered pattern everywhere. We've got Anaheim 2025. We ignore the top guy. I'm such a Toad School hater, sorry. And then we've got the Pikachu down on this side. And then the other side, we have the full key art, which I love that this is featured because I feel like a lot of the pieces just have like pull out different characters or bits and pieces from the key art and it's not like the full thing. So I really love to have something that's really practical and has this beautiful artwork because I love this so much. Like, I just think it's a really cool aesthetic and I'm very like, I don't know, I'm just excited to use this for picnics. I think it'll be a really fun treat. And that's gonna do it for my haul from the Pokemon World Championships Anaheim 2025. I got so many cool things. I did have a little bit of like FOMO for some of the items, and like I think the baseball jersey they did was so cool, and I'm sad that it was sold out like almost immediately. Pokemon, please give us baseball jerseys. I have the Gengar one. I need more baseball jerseys, please. But that is gonna do it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll have a new video coming soon, opening up some packs from Mega Evolution, so please look forward to that as soon as I can find some more time for editing. But I really thank you all so much for tuning in, and let me know in the comments what your favorite items are. If you were at Worlds, what did you pick up? I'd love to hear about it. So thanks again, y'all, and I'll see you in the next one.